Hi people, welcome to Kat's Intuition. I am Krystal Kat, and today we are going to look at a new deck in my practice. It's the Tarot of Tales. It comes in this magnificent packaging. I like that it has this band, and I'll show you why. So it slips off easily like this. If you can hear that noise, it is thunder. Alright, so here's the back of the band, and it just goes over some pictures, and it shows you everything that's included in this box, which is amazing. So anyway, so yeah, that is the wrap on this box. And the reason I like it is because even though this is the same image here, we have the title on the wrap, but not on the box. And I think that's so nice, because if this box was on the shelves at the stores, it would get beat up. So I like that band because it adds protection to the box. This is a really nice keepsake type box with a magnetic closure. And I've heard some people saying that they don't like all this packaging, but look at this box, look how nice it is. I really appreciate stuff like this. So the inside, it's completely matching. The book is amazing, but I'm going to try to stay focused and finish one thought at a time and focus on this box real quick so we can get to each item. Very nice thick ribbon pull to help you get everything out. Again, another box, but okay, so see this here? It comes out easily, very easily, without damaging the inside, so it isn't glued at all. And what I like about this is that it is, as I said, just a keepsake box. So I could put my stickers, my ephemera, tarot cards, pens, markers. I could hand it down to my daughter. Like, there's so many uses, right, for a little keepsake box. My mother and I actually used to buy keepsake boxes like this from the craft stores to keep our stuff in, ribbons, stamps, whatever, right? So that is why I really appreciate this particular tarot deck packaging, because I feel like a lot of care was put into it. So you don't just get a tarot deck, you get a keepsake box. Now, that's my thoughts on that. Then the guidebook, you don't just get a guidebook, you get a hardback book. Now this book is different for many reasons. One being, of course, that it is a hardback book. Is this Psycho books? Psycho? I say Psycho, I don't know. Look, see, and I love how everything is so matchy, just like the inside of the box. We have images of the cards throughout this book, table of contents, and I'm not going to take too much time on the book because I know we want to get to the good stuff, which is the cards, right? Introduction, the language of tarot, your story, writing the ending, the basics, preparing for reading, asking questions. So do you see, this is great, I feel, for a beginner with all of this stuff that they have in the book. Reading between the lines, they have some spreads. They have two spreads that they go over, but they do talk about it. Then it tells you a little bit about the major, and then you get into the major. Now, some guidebooks only give you full attention on the majors and then they don't on the minors. But this book, as you see, one page is dedicated to a full page colored card, and on the next page we have the title, keywords, in the past, then a write-up, at present, on the horizon, from above, deep within. So all of these different interpretations are ways to read the card for all the majors and for all the minors. They spread the love for all of the cards. And I do believe that's it. Yes, so you just get acknowledgments in the back, and there you go. That is the book. I love it so much. I think so much care was put into this. So now, instead of just having loose cards and having to store them in that keepsake box, they give you this nice box here that you can put on your desk or, you know, with your other decks. And I really love this. And again, we're staying consistent with the imaging. I do like that. Pull away 2-part box. Beautiful. Another nice thick ribbon to pull the cards out with. Here's the inside. They went with blue instead of this coloring here. I really do appreciate the packaging on this. I had not even seen this deck online, My mother purchased this for me and surprised me with it, and I thought that was so freaking sweet. So it comes with this paper band, and I like that it's nicely taped. This does not stick to the cards, at least not my deck, and I love it. Let's take a look at the backs. We have this beautiful green and purple combo. I love green and purple together. We have some pinks. We have a blue border here. I love all this like vines that it looks like going through all this filigree embellishments. I really like it. Not edged. Now, one thing that I do wish was that, let me just set these down. Okay, so you see on the card how we have a black border, right? I wish that the black was also this outside border here so that I could edge it in black and it just look very cohesive with the front and the back. But anyways, that's just preference. All right, so now let's take a look at these cards. Now they do feel a little bit bigger. I have my Halloween deck here. This is a US game published deck here. Love this deck. Yeah, they are bigger. Yes, look at that. So they are taller and wider than a typical standard tarot card. And I thought this Fool was pretty cute because, you know, on the typical Fool card, we usually have our main character, but he has a little dog companion or a dog that's either trying to warn him or he's there walking by his side. But here we have a dog juggling these balls on top of the world. I think it's cute. Here with the Magician, we have a very magical either rat or mouse. I like the little skull that we have down here in the bottom. Very cute, and you can see he's in his lab and he has his wand in his hand and he's pouring some potions that he just worked up, right? So cute. I love all the detail. These are very busy in a good way, and I absolutely love it. Here, the High Priestess is very mysterious. We don't even see the face of our character here. We have the moons, some crystals and candles, and a candle that she's lighting. I love it. And look at the trim on the hooded figure here. It looks like the phases of the moon to me. So nice. You know what? Let's take a look at what kind of information you receive in the book. I'm not going to read it for all of the cards. We'll just do this one for the High Priestess. So you can see how it reads. Again, because we have all of this here. So the key words you will get is devotion, ritual, sanctity, boundaries, caring for your temple, travel between worlds, introspection, fruition, reflection, veneration. So it reads. In the past, you often felt drained. To get the rest you needed, you created a little space with no distractions where only you and the divine were allowed to be. That space became your temple, those boundaries permanent. At present, the temple glows as you light the candles on the altar one by one, reciting an incantation for each. Your bare feet are silent on the worn stone floor, your movements as smooth and fluid as a ghost. On the horizon, a stone structure stands on a hilltop, a statue of a goddess of the moon guarding its door. A priestess emerges from the temple to light incense at the base of the statue. You feel you've been there before and know you will be again. From above, the full moon smiles down on you, illuminating everything around you in its cool, reflected light. You smile back, gazing up through a perfectly clear sky, and begin to arrange stones in a circle, defining a sacred space for your work. Deep within your mind, there is no barrier between the earthy and spirit realms. You move easily between the two, gathering wisdom and honoring those who carried it before you, also taking care to close the veil as you pass from one world to the other. So that is the type of information that you can expect to get in this book with each and every card, majors and minors. And I think that that's I think that's just lovely. Okay. Oh, and if I didn't say, this is a animal deck, and it's so cute, but I like the colors. If you notice our color palette here, it's very dark. So that of course appeals to me right away because I do have quite a dark aesthetic. Oh, and the cardstock, it's more cardboardy feeling, but it's not flimsy at all, and I absolutely love that. All right, so here is the Empress, and I love that our Empress here is not pregnant. She's a little mouse here with a flower atop her head. She has on her fancy gloves as she is digging through her garden. And you see all this abundance around her. So I like that depiction of our Empress. I appreciate that a lot more. Nothing wrong with depictions of our Empress being pregnant. I just prefer abundance shown in this way. My personal preference. So I think she's so cute tending to her garden. Of course, being fancy while doing so, right? And this, I think, is just perfect for our emperor. You can see he's standing before this map here with his crown. He's looking very proud, and he's delegating actions that need to be carried out with those around him. I love his very serious, very stern look. And I love that we have an eagle depicted here. Or a hawk. Is it a hawk? I think it's very curved. Yeah, they look like eagles. I don't know. I just love that, an eagle's eye view of everything. He's looking over everything, making everything is carried out. I really like it. And here with the Hierophant, we have a cat with these bursts of sunbeams behind him, and with all different animals attending to listen and soak in any wisdom, any knowledge, any advice that the Hierophant may have for them. I have a little fox, a little mouse, so everyone's at harmony with each other, and I really do like that. I like our earthy feel of our Hierophant. And this one I love so much. It's a bee. So if you can see, it's kind of a comical deck as well. I feel like it doesn't take itself too seriously, right? Like the little mouse in her fancy gloves for the Empress. And here with the lovers, we have a bee with a, oh my gosh, what is that called? A monocle? Is it a monocle? And a little top hat. And we have the lovers, the love between a bee and his flower. I love it so much. And this, the chariot. You guys, look at the chariot. We're looking from inside the chariot out. And that, to me, is such a unique perspective. I have not seen a card, other than this one, that shows you inside of the chariot. If you guys have, please let me know which deck other than this one does that in the comments below. I'd be very interested in checking that out, because as I said, this is the first one I've ever seen. And at first, I didn't really know what I was looking at. I thought it was a bedroom. But no, here's the chariot, and they're like outside this big old mansion. And, oh, love, love, love. Here we have strength, and a very different depiction of strength, right? It's like he knows when to chill and relax. And we have this big, bold lion in some 90s reading his book. I love how the trees up top are tangling in together. Such a nice, calm strength, and I love it. The Hermit, one of my most favorite cards to look at, and oh, it's so nice. So at first, it kind of looks like it could be a human, but the hand, you see the hand there? It doesn't look very human-like, but I don't know what else that would be. But as you see, we have the lantern. Love that they keep that same imagery there. And he's doing his studies all alone in the woods, no distractions. It's beautiful. Here we have the Wheel of Fortune, and I like that they chose fish here because in certain cultures, fish are symbols of good luck, of prosperity. So yeah, anyways, and here we have this fish over here checking out that Wheel of Fortune. I like it. I like it. And I also like that this is shown underwater because, you know, we have the flow, the back and forth of the waves, and that's the Wheel of Fortune. You just have to ride out, you know, the life, the ups and the downs. And I just noticed that down here on our title portion of the deck, we have little mushrooms. Is that on all of them? Yes, it is. I just noticed that. This definitely feels like one of those decks that you would catch something different each time you look at it because they are pretty busy in a good way. I really like it. Here we have Justice, and we have this heavy bear over here and all of these raccoons that are joining in so that he can play, because with just one over there it would be unfair, right? But if they all pile, then they all get to have fun, including the bear. And the Hanged Man. I do appreciate that we have bats here. I love bats. Very happy, proud looking bats. He looks so peaceful. And look at these borders, you guys. These borders are, oh, I love it. I love the intricacy, both on the backs and bordering every card. I mean, there's a lot going on. You see all of this going on, and then intertwined is all of these vines. It looks like a wrought iron gate to a really fancy garden, right? And an abandoned mansion that the animals have taken over, right? So here I believe that this is the only depiction of a human, and it is our skeleton. Come on, focus, please. There we go. For Death, I really like this Death card because here we have this dry, cracked, what seems to be the desert, right? And look at him. And rejoicing in the growth of this flower. Love it. And of course, I love crows, and we have one up there. So beautiful. Love that Death card. And then Temperance. Look at these. Oh, they're almost like psychedelic trees back there. Very, very light shades. Let me see if you guys can pick up the color. There you go. You see how there's like swirls of pink and even soft baby blue color in there? I think that's really pretty, and those colors come through in the reflection here of our unicorn. Here is the Devil. We have a big flashlight showing this scary shadow of our little mouse there. Now this is the most calm depiction that I have seen of the tower. And you know what? I like it. I really do. Usually we see lightning bolts striking the tower and the top is falling off. But here it's almost like we're seeing the aftermath of that, right? And we have little plants growing out of the rocks. So I really like it. There is beauty that can come after even the most tragic moments. And sometimes it has to happen. Here we have the star. That's a beautiful, it's like a sunset, and all these animals have come together to take in the beauty of the star. How pretty. The moon. I love this little moon. It makes me think of Alice in Wonderland, right? I mean, the dressed rabbit going through the woods, and we have the moon peeking out here. Such peaceful vibes this deck gives, at least so far. Here we have a butterfly coming out of the chrysalis, or his cocoon, with a nice big vibrant sun drying his wings. Judgment. Now this took me a minute. I had to sit with this card and really look at it. Now I haven't done any readings with this deck yet. It is very new, as I mentioned, to my practice, but yes, I did read the guidebook because I was like, what in the world? What is going on here? Is he pulling it down, or is he pushing it out? So yeah. And the World. This just makes you feel so small. Okay, so here would be the other depiction of a human. So Death, and here. And possibly the Hermit card, but again, that didn't look like a human hand, so I don't know. All right, moving into our cups. I love that we have here underwater, so they're theming each suit, and I do like when they do that. This is gorgeous. I love the water, love the ocean, and I like how this is showing all the different corals, and yeah, with this beautiful cup right in the center. Here we have the Two of Cups. I hope they're getting away from that jellyfish. Now, as I mentioned, this deck is very comical. It is definitely not one to take itself too serious. Here we have the Three of Cups, and they're all having a little tea party on the back of this turtle that has a little napkin over his arm like a waiter would, right? And so, yeah, and their little top hats. It's very different. This is, oh, I love them, a little axolotl. Amazing little creatures here with the Four of Cups. Now, if you notice, see here we did have the cups, right? Here we had the 3 cups for Three of Cups. And, but for this one, as you see, the Four of Cups, we don't have 4 specific of anything, whether it's specific cups or anything else. You know, 4 bubbles or 4 of the axolotls, no. So, maybe not the best deck for a beginner, only because of those reasons. It doesn't give you that imagery right away. So just something to think about while considering or wanting this deck. Here's the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups is way more dramatic than even our Tower card was, right? We have this like tsunami. Here's trees. I don't know if you can make it out, but these are actually trees down here. And this big wave is coming and washing everything out. So very dramatic, very deep. And this one's so sweet, the Six of Cups. And he is that a beluga whale? He's looking at pictures, maybe of his family. This one I do not like. I do not like those creatures. I find them very ugly, very gross. But yeah, his reflection you see is quite different. He has, here his heart is faded out, and here it's bright. Eight of Cups, again, you see, they don't even show cups, and it's not even like there's 8 penguins. There's more, so I could see if there was at least 8 penguins, but anyways, yeah. He is moving away from those. Here we have the Nine of Cups, which shows him out of his element. He's sitting on a couch inside, out of the water. And here we have cute little otters, each with their own little stone. Have you guys seen otters play with rocks? They're so cute. They toss them back and forth. You know, they sleep holding hands so they don't float away and get separated. I thought that was so sweet. Here is the Page of Cups, and here we have a fish looking at a cup instead of a character looking at a cup with a fish inside. So it's different. And things start getting weird. Here's a fish, but he almost looks like he has a mermaid tail instead of just being a straight up fish. And he must be a really tiny fish because he is riding a seahorse. That, or it's a giant seahorse. And I can't really make it out, but it's almost like if this jellyfish here is being worn by him as like a cape. So again, like I said, things start getting a bit weird once we enter into the court cards. Weirder still. So we have a fish, but it's actually the head of, I guess, a mermaid, because we have human arms here holding onto the cup, but we have a tail or a fin. So yeah, the deck gets weird. I know I keep saying that, but okay, you see. But I like it though. I don't want to get rid of this deck. I like it for that. I like that it's kind of comical. It's different. It's weird. It's like a what the fuck. But I don't know. Yep, that's an ugly fish too. Because I guess this is the eye. I don't know what that. I don't know. It's just a weird hand. Like I said, it gets weird. Sorry. Try not to repeat myself so much, but yeah. Here we have the Ace of Swords, and I like that we have the air element with our birds here, being that the swords are our you know, our thoughts, and it's our air element, so that's really nice. The Two of Swords here depicted with the two doors that he is going to pick to go through, our little, what appears to be a robin, blue, but he has a red belly, so that's why I'm thinking he's a robin. Here, the Three of Swords with these birds bickering back and forth. This right here, I absolutely love. This is one of my most favorite cards in this deck. It is our shoebill stork. I don't know if they say what animals they chose in the book. I don't think they do, but if you guys have not seen this bird, you should totally Google them. It's the shoebill stork, and it's one of my favorite birds. I love birds. They are ginormous. They're huge, and they make this really cool sound. I don't know. I love them, and I just love everything about the colors. And do you see what I mean by busy? This is just a very intricate, very detailed deck. Now look at this Five of Swords. This has to be like the epitome of Five of Swords, right? With our tornado hitting down. And that is actually what we're going through here. We've had many tornadoes touching down today and yesterday, and last night got so scary. I didn't sleep much last night at all. We had tornadoes touching. We had some insane weather, some very eerie noises, and whew, I will admit that I got pretty scared last night. But so anyways, yeah, here we have the Six of Swords. That's pretty cool. They're rejuicing their achievements, rejoicing. Seven of Swords, very calm card. I feel like this is the most calm card in the entire deck because they're all so busy. Here we have the Eight of Swords. The Nine of Swords. I love this owl's face. It's like he read something that he had to do a double take on, and he's like, what now? Okay, Ten of Swords, and they all have little hats and scarves and bags like they're messengers. And here we have just like the fish or the page of, let me see if I can find it. So I guess that's a thing. I didn't notice this the first go around. This is the most time I take on actually looking at them one by one. But you see the fish is made up by a whole bunch of fish. And here the bird is made up of a whole bunch of birds. So, yep. And here, see, again, things get weird when we get into the courts. So here we have a blue jay riding the huge shoebill stork. So yeah, it's weird. And here again with our queen, we have a queen with an animal head and human arms. But you know what? I like it. I don't know. I do. This one's actually very pretty. He, very pretty, very cartoony, right? With like his hand, it still looks like it could be a wing, but he's just using it to hold the sword. So anyways, yeah, I like that one. It's very pretty. And then we get to the coins. And here I have not gone past here, I don't think. No. Coins being pentacles, pentacles being our earth suit. So that's why I guess we're going to get bugs for this suit. Not my favorite thing, bugs, but as long as they don't have one specific bug, I'll be fine. So here we have the Ace of Coins, and we have all the bugs coming to check out what this coin is. Oh, okay, good. So we just have more animals. It's not going to be all bugs. So yeah, I didn't know that. So this is where I stopped looking. And he's watering his plant that has two little coins. How cute. Okay, our Three of Coins. Whew, I'm glad not every card is bugs. So again, with the raccoons, they have, they really work together. And they're getting those tall apples off the tree. I should just gather these down here. Our Four of Coins, of course, we have a squirrel, very appropriate for the Four of Coins. I like that one. That one's not too far off. Our Five of Coins. Ooh, look at that. It could be like an avalanche starting to happen. Our 6 of coins. Again, we have an animal, but in human position, I guess you could say. He's wearing clothes and has a bag. Oh, this one's so pretty. See, it's weird, this deck. It's weird how they go from depicting some cards, especially in the courts, as, you know, wearing clothes and having a bag and wearing top hats, and then cards like this. I guess he didn't fall into the chemical vat, right, of toxins that turned the other ones to be really weird. like from a Gotham story, right? This one, he's just a fox. He's just a simple fox. No top hats, no bags, none of that. So here we have 8 of coins. Oh, I almost missed it. There it is. I was gonna say there's no animals in this one. We have a little tiny deer down here amongst these huge trees. What are those called? Sequoias that get like really, really big. Here we have the 9 of coins. Ants, I assume, working very hard. I do love ants though. Ants, spiders, I really like. Here we have the 10 of coins, and they're all at this table. We have a bear, oh my gosh, a bear, a fox. I don't know what's wrong with my head. And they're all eating veggies and grub, and yeah, so. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here we go with the weird quartz. We have many ants making up our big ant, and he is looking at the coin. And we have a, oh, what are those? Like it's some type of mole? Or a shrew. Is it called a shrew? Oh, I don't know. But he's riding an armadillo. Again, weird. Queen of coins with the meerkat head in a human body. Lots of feathers down here. This one is just super weird looking. Okay, King of coins, we have an I don't know what. Is that like a weasel maybe? Or a badger? Could be the head of a badger. Doesn't really want to focus on his face. You see that? Kind of looks like a badger. And with all his coins down here. Ace of Wands. Okay, so now we're getting into the more mythical creatures. I know we saw some unicorns. Now we have dragons. 2 of Wands, and we have a 2-headed dragon at a crossroads. 3 of Wands. Oh, he looks sad, actually. 4 of Wands. We have 3 little bugs taking a ride. Okay. Oh, the 5 of Wands. Oh, that's so sad. It's on fire. Maybe those dragons got carried away, huh? Okay, this one again is weird. 6 of Wands. He's climbing up this weird looking statue. Okay. 7 of Wands. It looks like he's going through this portal. Looks like the desert over here into an oasis. 8 of Wands. A whole bunch of different kinds of lizards having a party in the middle of the desert. The 9 of Wands. Goodness. Okay, so lots of creativity going on. Little scorpions, lizards, snakes. 10 of Wands. Tons of dragons. That one looks quite full. And the page. Okay, so here we don't have just an animal head. It's full animal. So don't know what happened. I guess they didn't want to stay consistent on that. Our knight. Okay, another animal riding another animal. That's consistent. Looks like a horny toad. Possibly, maybe. And these arms don't look very human-y. It looks like it could be the lizards. Okay, so no human arms on these. I don't know what happened there, but okay. They decided that the rest of the deck was weird enough. So there it is. This is, again, the Tarot of Tails. Let's give it a shuffle. Let me zoom out. All right, so I do not riffle shuffle or bridge shuffle my cards, so I can't speak on how well they will perform there. But I'm assuming pretty good because it's not a very, very thick deck. Let's get off of that nasty card. Let's compare. Let's use a standard US games. This is the Halloween Tarot. Let's see if I can do it like this. So there you go. So it is a thicker deck, but it doesn't feel so thick that I feel like you're going to have problems shuffling. Now do keep in mind that it is taller than a typical tarot deck, but even if I were to do that, you see, it flexes pretty good and you can get your hand around it. So don't think you will have any issues shuffling. And let's just lay some out so we can see what it would look like. Be great if my camera, which I was going to say shuffle, would focus. So see, they are very, very, very detailed cards, very busy. I like it though. And the colors, they're not very colorful. It's a more dark deck than a bright, colorful one. Now there are colors, but they're just not bright, right? We have blues and reds and pinks and browns and yeah. So there is the Tarot of Tails. Thank you for joining me, and let me know. They do not fan very nicely. At least not right now. Let me know what you think. I would love to hear from you. Nothing but love. Ooh, that thunder is kicking in. I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah. All right. Nothing but love, guys. Bye.